We have 8 games to go, 4 of which are against teams that can dictate where we finish in the league. Basking in the rosy glow of European football, or on the outside looking in. Let's go make a statement, shall we? All right, so as you can see, I mentioned the 8 games we have left. The plan here is that I will show you Chelsea and Brighton today, Aston Villa and Liverpool in the next episode, and we will be through our very first season back in the Premier League with Sunderland A.F.C. For those of you eagle-eyed viewers, you might notice a green dot here next to the Arsenal game. Oh boy, did we make a statement here. 2-0 win with big goals from Arda Güler and Kurt Zouma, which puts us, with 1 game in hand, 11 points behind second and third place in the Premier League. Now, I know that I said that Champions League was out of the reach, but we have 2 huge games coming up in the next episode against our 2 closest rivals here after beating our 3rd closest rival. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm planning for it not to happen. But at the same time, can we go sneaky into the Champions League? Our starting lineup today is going to be Sava in goal, Reinildo, Zouma, Ballard, and Barinaga across the back, Dan Neil and Adam Wharton as our double pivot, Adingra, Arda Güler, and Amad Diallo, and then Chidira sitting up front. All right, we are the main event today. We are the only game being played in the Premier League today, and let's hope that we can put on a show. I don't necessarily want a Newcastle show from last episode where we went crazy with the goals and then gave up 1 million. I don't need a high-scoring game like that. 1-0 will be fine. 2-0, just to rub it in a bit. But a win is what we need. Ben Chilwell takes the near post corner and we clear it. Simon Adingra is burning past. Sends it up to Amad Diallo, who goes and touches it right back to the defenders. Yay. So we have gotten the yearly next-gen 50 best young players in the league, or in the world, I should say. And we have scouted every single one of them, specifically looking at those players who play for the smaller teams across the world, as Nkunku gets his 20th goal of the season. So we've been looking at those players from the smaller teams. We have about $16 million in the budget, but we can always pull, especially if we make Europe next season, we'll have, hopefully... Oh, what an ugly goal. What an ugly goal. We'll have some money to pull from, and hopefully we'll be able to sign a couple of really great young players and pair them with some of the older, experienced players that we'll be able to hopefully sign over the summer. And that'll make sure that we don't have to stress like this next year. We're currently down 1-0, and Nkunku sends it in. Adingra clears, but only as far as João Felix, who brings it back up the left. Simon Adingra steps in and puts it out for a throw. We have been abysmal. As you can see, 0 shots, 0 on target. We have been atrocious. So I'm going to try and pump the boys up. We are doing this at home too. João Pedro, huge save by Sava. He is very much keeping us in the game. Both him and Chelsea's inability, it seems, to finish inside the box. Chelsea are just waxing us right now. 8 shots, 5 on target. We have 0. Amad Diallo up top to Dan Ballard, who cranks it. That's our center back. Oh, what a goal is right. Amad Diallo lays it off for Dan Ballard, who takes 1 step into the ball and just wallops it. Cuts back. Jorgensen's already on the ground. Yikes. All right. All right, parity is restored. Here we go. All right, we are into extra time. Kurt Zuma takes the ball, puts it up to Simon. Arda Güler gets involved. Reinildo, nowhere to go but drive down the line. He's going to pull it back into the box. Adam Wharton. What's he going to do with it? Dan Neal. Dan Neal sneaks it in. Wow, our double pivots combining for a wonder goal. That seemed to sneak through everybody and catch Jorgensen by surprise. Oh, it goes right through Badiashile. And Jorgensen sees it late, gets down, but doesn't get there. What a comeback we have had. Oh, we are currently on a 0.2 XG, but we've got 2 goals. All right. Sure, you haven't done anything, but I'm happy with your efforts in the final third because we are up 2-1. Maybe you distracted somebody. I don't know. All right, Reece James just kind of sits with the ball, pass it back to Fofana, who splits into Thomas. Back to Fofana. Chidira just does not have the pressure. Nkuku breaks up the field. Like I said, we are still in this game, but only because Sava has made some incredible saves and Chelsea's just seeming lack of being able to hit the target. Let's praise the boys. Adam Wharton's pissed off by that. I don't know why. Badiashile plays it around the back to Fofana. Amad Diallo is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Dan Neal, send it through. Arda Güler, he's offside. We need an answer, a permanent, legitimate answer this summer to our number 9. Because Broja will go back to Chelsea. I'm not going to spend the money on him. He has done all right. Oh, it was Güler. Well, Chidira was also offside, but Güler was just barely offside. He has done all right. He scored, I think, 15 goals. But I think all things considered, he hasn't really been a success. He hasn't given us the consistency that I would like to see from that number 9 role. We can change him to be a winger in support. Reinildo can stay where he is. Well, I'm going to hold on to that last one. All right, come on, boys. This is a good-looking league table. We are currently sitting 8 points behind Liverpool in third, and we play that in third, and then Arsenal in second. Let's praise this. Let's move to our time wasting. All right, and let's make a sub here. Amad Diallo. Harry Wilson can go in for him, and Jamal Lewis can go here. Actually, no. I'm going to take Reinildo and put Aït-Nouri on. Make sure we shore up the back line. I am trusting you to make sure we see this out. So as I was saying, we are currently 8 points behind Arsenal and Liverpool in second and third. We play Liverpool in the last game of the season. Friends, family. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but... So we have Bournemouth, who are in 13th place ahead of us, then Crystal Palace in 16th. And then that big game against Brighton to further separate us from that 7, 8, 9 pack. before we end the episode and look forward to the final episode against the 4th place and 2nd or 3rd place team in the league. I will see you for Brighton. Bye. Bye. Did you see it? That was our Champions League hope just floating away from us because we have been dummy McDummy heads. Those in-betweeny games where we should have smacked the other teams didn't end up actually going that way. We drew 1-1 to Bournemouth away thanks to a very late goal by Adam Wharton, and then we got absolutely housed by Crystal Palace at home. This 3-2 scoreline is certainly not what the game was. They had a first 17-minute hat trick. Penalty in the 4th, goal in the 13th, goal in the 17th. We got one back in the 47th, but it was not enough. I thought Broja had a moment in like the 86th, 87th minute where he was released free just outside of the 6-yard box, and he skied it. So that sort of spoke to our terrible, terrible, terrible game against Crystal Palace. And now we go to play Brighton, who have smoked us every game this season. Right now we sit in 5th place. Champions League is officially out of the picture. Mathematically, I guess not technically, but we would need an absolute miracle to get into the top 4. We are currently 10 points back of 4th place Arsenal. We do have a game in hand, but it's not going to happen. So our focus needs to be on keeping this gap in between ourselves and 7th and 8th, and ourselves and United, because I think dropping from 5th to 6th would be a worst case scenario for us. I did see the coefficients here. We are currently in 2nd, so if that holds up, 5th place would be good enough to get us into Champions League. I'm hoping that holds true, but we really need to focus on winning the rest of our games. If we win out, we are in the Champions League. But it all starts here with Brighton. Our lineup for today is pretty unchanged. We have Sava in goal, Reinildo, Zuma, Ballard, and Barinaga across the back, Neil and Wharton as our double pivot. Wilson slots in at the left wing for Adingra. Arda Güler at the 10, Diallo out wide at the 7, and Adingra will play up top as our 9. Harry Wilson into the box, Barinaga, 100 seconds in, and we get a shot rocketing off the post. Arda Güler, we have 3 people just waiting. What a free kick! What a free kick by Arda Güler! We had 3 people. He could have laid it off and it would have been a walk into the goal, but he goes postage stamp into the top left corner, doinks it off the post, across the line. We are up 1-0 on Brighton, stretching that lead over 7th place to 11 points, which would see us make Europe. Dan Neil back to Zuma, send it back in to Adam Wharton, drops it off to Neil. Reinildo tries to beat his man, but he's 100 years old. He gets it into Arda Güler. I'm afraid to talk because I feel like every time I talk about the success we're having, it disappears. But Reinildo gets it out wide. He can't possibly beat his defender, but he somehow gets it across to Arda Güler, who slots it into the near post to beat Steele. Arda Güler with a quick brace. 20-minute brace. Here we go, boys. All right, we are breaking out. Amad Diallo is trying to beat everybody. See the right side. Well, Dan Neal was there anyway. Then he plays, no, you have it. No, you have it with Ahmad. Drives into the box across. Slots it into Adingra, who makes the save, who forces the save from Steele. All right, Arda Güler here. Kind of just lumps it into the box. Amad Diallo breaks through and then comes back to Arda Güler. Ugh. I really thought he was going to just break through those two defenders and then slot it across the box. But he goes back and Arda Güler lumps it in and it is caught by Steele. First half looks like it's going to wrap up with Brighton only having one shot, one on goal, to our 10-5. We are up 2-0. We have had a lot of shots on target, and I am very happy. This is a very nice league table. We will get back to that. All right, Amad Diallo takes it in. Arda Güler, again, back to Adam. Whoa. Again, I feel like Arda Güler could have rolled. All right, before we get pulled out of this, there are 12 remaining points. Kurt Zouma at the near post. Arda Güler, 2 goals and an assist. He is having a game. Puts it into the near post, and what is that? Double coverage. Nobody really on top of him. Their center backs not doing a whole lot. And Steele gets beaten at the near post again. Back stick. Arda Güler is having the game of his life. 2 goals, 2 assists. Kurt Zouma has the 2 goals that were assisted by Arda Güler. Now we're going back post with Zouma out jumping 2 defenders again, mossing them. I really want to talk about the table, but we're having so many highlights that I can't get to it. But it does look like my math was wrong. We are only 11 points above the 7th place team, with 12 points remaining on the table. So we will need another result here after this game. I mean, Sarmiento tries to bend it in, and it is wide to the right. We are up 4-0. I'm going to praise the crap out of the boys. I mean, as a defender, I always love a good clean sheet. But honestly, as long as we don't give up 4 goals, 4 or more goals, I should say, I am happy. The Brighton fans are heading for the exit already. I don't hate that. All right, Siddiqui can come in for the yellow-carded Barinaga. There's another fullback on a yellow. I'm telling you, I'm going to end this season with no fullbacks available. Isidore can come in for a Dingra. Jamal Lewis can come on for Harry Wilson. And to protect Reinildo on that yellow card, we will have Aït-Nouri step in for him, and we will save our final substitute. Arda Güler, I don't understand how he has 2 goals, 2 assists, and is only a 9-4 right now. That is bonkers to me. I'd love to keep him in to see if he can get his hat trick, because it seems like that's going to be the thing that he needs to do in order to get a perfect 10, which is ridiculous because he has had an insane game. All right, let's see it out, boys. Let's see it out. All right, that is a win. Let's go. An absolute crush job on Brighton. Well done. Well, here is how the table looks after that game, that huge important game against Brighton. We currently sit in 5th place. We are 2 points above Man United. And we are 11 points above Newcastle in 7th place. They do have a game in hand. I believe they play that tomorrow. They play Everton, who are battling relegation. But they have 15 points remaining. 5 games, 15 points remaining. That is 66. So we need 2 more wins to secure. 2 more wins will secure us Europe. Like I said, we win out the season, we make it to the Champions League. We have some bumps in the road. It could get a little messy, but I'm hoping we have built up a big enough lead where we can still make it to Europe regardless of what our final 4 games look like. So I will bring you back for the Aston Villa and the Liverpool games for the final episode of the first season back in the Premier League. If you enjoyed that episode and you loved what we did against Brighton and Chelsea, I would love for you to like and subscribe to let me know that you appreciate the videos, and I will continue to pump these out. Go ahead and check out the channel, check out the shorts, check out the videos. If this is your first time seeing this experience we're having here with Sunderland, please go back and watch the beginning. They are all up on the channel. I look forward to hearing from you. Comment in the comment section. Let me talk to you because, yeah, I'm trying to make this thing a thing, and I can't do that without you. Thanks for watching.